My name is Michelle Zuckerberg, and I'm a Natural Areas Manager with Washington Department of Natural Resources. And I manage Woodard Bay Natural Resources Conservation Area. That's where we are today. We're going to take a walk through the site and talk about some of the restoration and enhancements to the public access and environmental education that are going to be happening this summer. The state of Washington purchased the primary property at Woodard Bay, where we're standing now, from Weyerhaeuser Timber Company in 1987 or 88. And when we received the property, it was a matter of figuring out our priorities for conservation, ways that we could restore the near shore and the uplands. One of the issues with that, one of the many, with how to go about doing that and prioritize, was that the pier itself is housing the largest known maternity bat roost in the state. And then over here, if you can see these logs, these are boom logs. A very healthy population of harbor seals has been using those boom logs for many, many decades. The list goes on. So we have all of these things to balance, plus public access. It's a very popular site for people to come and enjoy the views of the bay. We determined to take out about 90% of the open water pilings, half of the pier, and the trestle that crossed Woodard Bay in order to do some estuary restoration. There is going to be another change at Woodard Bay. This site has seen many uses, from its industrial past now to its conservation values. We're going to be developing a learning shelter, and right here in this area, this will be like a circle to gather to look out at this, and there'll be some interpretation around the bats and the seals here. We're working with the tribe. In this case, the Squaxin tribe is providing funding to design and build concrete canoes that are replicas of tribal canoes, and they'll be right here. And there'll be other gathering circle areas like at the shelter and then overlooking Woodard Bay. So that's going to be some of the improvements to the site for the public access and environmental education. And this is the location where the trestle was that we took out a couple years ago, and the fill embankment that connected the trestle. It was about 240 feet long, the trestle itself, and this is where we took out about 12,000 cubic yards of fill. You can see how beautiful it is. It's just a really opening site to view. This site in general, in terms of public access, we are improving the public access facilities, and doing that was a major balance between the restoration, the conservation values, and low-impact public recreation and environmental education. We wanted to make sure that we had whatever we could in sustainability, using biological drainage systems, minimizing the locations to places that were already disturbed. This is all disturbed. We're on fill, basically, most of this area. So those were the philosophies behind our design. Also the parking lot, having that be only so large, but not too large, because this site's capacity and the intimacy of your experience at Woodard Bay, we wanted to maintain that. So as part of the construction of the new facilities, we need to close the site. It'll be, unfortunately, during the summer season, starting in July, and then going into the fall, looking at reopening in December of this year. If you're interested in participating in supporting Woodard Bay, there will be more opportunities for volunteering and stewardship. This site will need people's support. It's going to be a fabulous site. It is a really important showcase for the restoration in Puget Sound and how we can put together public access and use with our natural environment. So we all need to help support that process.